this is Judy, and today we're going to be making upside down sticky pecan muffins from the book One Bowl Baking by Yvonne Ruperti. So everything in this book we're going to mix together in one bowl, not a whole bunch of mixing bowls to get our recipes done. So we're going to start with, our ingredients are dark brown sugar, white sugar, flour, salt, baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, vanilla, honey, pecans, butter, eggs, and sour cream. And sour cream is going to make the muffin really moist. So we're going to start first by filling up our cupcake pan with the liners. It's important for this recipe that you actually put the liners in here because we've got the sticky pecan muffin stuff on the bottom and we don't want that to mess up the pan. And we're going to set that pan on a cookie sheet in case something does overflow. It's not going to end up in the bottom of our oven. Okay, we're going to start by mixing the topping first, and here's my one bowl I'm going to be using. So I've got 6 tablespoons of melted butter in here. Next is the dark brown sugar, which is going to be 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. So you know that dark brown sugar is going to make it really sweet. And dark brown sugar actually has more molasses in it than the white sugar does. Okay, and my tablespoons, put the tablespoons in. Fill in the bowl. Okay, next is 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And it helps if you have your ingredients all lined up ready to go. 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1/4 cup of honey. And the honey, if you want it to come out easily, you want to spray your cup with a nonstick spray before you put the honey in. So I'm going to dump that right out. It comes out real easily out of my cup. And a cup of pecans. I'm going to stir that together first and then add my pecans to it. And this is what we're going to put in the bottom of the cupcake papers. Add my 1 cup of chopped pecans. This looks really good already. Looks like it would be good over ice cream. Okay. I'm going to bring my pan over here. And I'm going to divide that evenly between my 12 cupcake pans here. Well, fairly evenly, as evenly as I can. It smells really good. That cinnamon really makes it smell good. So these would be great for breakfast or a snack or really any time. And the recipe does say it's served better when they taste better when they're warm. And it says they'll last about 2 days, but I can't imagine these would last 2 days at my house. So once we fill this up, we're going to make the batter in this very same bowl. And I'm preheating my oven to 375 right now. And you can see how if this got under the bottom of your oven, it would be a pretty gooey mess. I'm going to even things out here. Okay. So I'm going to clean this out here as best I can. And we're going to start with the butter. Oh, same bowl. See? I'm going to put this on my cookie sheet so I don't forget to add my cookie sheet when I put it in the oven. Okay. So it says next that I'm going to put 8 tablespoons of softened butter into this bowl. So there's my softened butter. And you do want to make sure it's softened because it always gives you a problem when it says softened butter and it isn't. And if it's not soft, you can put it in the microwave for a few seconds, which is actually what I did with this. To that, we're going to add a half a cup of granulated white sugar. Looks like we've got plenty of sugar in this recipe. Three tablespoons of the dark brown sugar. Give it that good molasses flavor again. I want to show you my mixing bowl when I get this in. It's got a rubber bottom, and I really like that because then it doesn't skid across the counter while I'm working with it. You had a look at that. That rubber bottom is really nice. It doesn't slide around on me. A half a teaspoon of salt into the batter mixture. And here's a little bit unusual ingredient. 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. Not sure what that's going to do for it, but I'm going to dump that in. 2/3 cup of sour cream. This is what's going to make it good and moist. Okay. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then after I get that added, I'm going to mix that part up before I add my other ingredients. Okay. What do I want to mix it with? My wooden spoon. I'm going to mix that all up together. Because my butter's soft, I really don't need an electric mixer for this. So next would be our dry ingredients, and under other recipes that aren't one bowl, you might mix your dry ingredients together in a separate bowl and then dump them in here. But with this method, we're just going to dump all the dry ingredients in here. I'm going to take my whisk and see if I can get that butter broken up a little bit better. Okay, so our next ingredients are 1.5 cups of flour. And I'm not going to mix it with anything else, I'm just going to dump it in here. Here's my cup. And my half. After that, we're going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. Right on top of the flour there. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to get this all incorporated. And this part you just want to mix until it's all mixed together. You don't want to over mix this part. So our batter's getting a little stiffer here. So I just get that off of there. And then I'm going to add one more 1/4 cup of pecans. And then I'm going to put this batter on top of our first pecan topping mixture we have in our muffin tin. Come on out of there. Get all the good bits out of there. Okay, so then I'm going to add a few nuts in there. And spoon that into my muffin tin. Okay. Next month we're going to be doing air fryer recipes, and I have a special guest coming, so you don't want to miss that. I'm not going to say who it is. So if you've never used an air fryer, thinking about getting an air fryer, just want some new recipes for your air fryer, be sure and join us next month. So I'm taking my ice cream scoop, and that seems to be kind of the easiest way to get the batter in there. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven for 17 to 19 minutes, and I want to be sure not to over bake these. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Hi, I've baked my muffins now for 19 minutes, and I want to show you the pan. As you can see, some of it did kind of bubble over, and it's a good thing I had my cookie sheet there, so it caught that little bit that bubbled over my muffin tin. So they rested for 10 minutes inside the muffin tin after I took them out of the oven. Then I flipped them over on my serving platter, and now I'm going to peel off, and I've done most of them, the cupcake liner, and you'll need a knife because you'll have to scrape the nuts off as you go here. But I think these look delicious. Scrape my nuts off my liner. But it was very simple, all in one bowl, as she said. Turn it around so you can see it. So here we have a platter of 12 upside down sticky pecan muffins. So you'll see you next time for that air fryer show.